give thanks continually. Life giver and the keeper of life, blessed love, royal family, give thanks for your presence with us. We give thanks for this Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress Church of True Divine Salvation. We give thanks to the Black Christ in flesh with us. Give thanks for the Father of creation. Glorify the Mother of creation. Marcus Messiah Garvey is exalted in all good doings and sayings. Royal family, I welcome you to another edition of the Tiger's Nest. The Honorable Priest Isaac here with you on a beautiful evening. Remember, this is a program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, even at this hour. And of course, we're going to have a beautiful sit down. Remember, we're talking about Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. Let me just remind the royal family that we are definitely still celebrating. And remember, you have until tomorrow at at midday, tomorrow the 5th of June, pardon me, tomorrow the 5th of June, the special offer will come to an end. But family, I'm telling you the truth, I was sitting back and observing this offer in general, and I'm saying to myself, well, I mean, what offer comes to an end? My brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, believe it, I take it from your brother, because I'm into I'm in the educational world. And maybe you are not aware of it, but as I said previous evening, just the whole homeschool environment is getting bigger and more saturated as such. A lot of people are leaning towards the concept of homeschooling, the concept of more refined education. And I'm being very honest, man, education is becoming extremely expensive. But education for sure is something that we should value. We must understand the value of education. And that is why it must be even amongst us. Remember, we are a family here. It's not just me and you. Well, I don't even know who some of you are, but I know when I'm speaking to my people, I'm just adding towards our future movement, towards building an empire, towards resurrecting the empire of the Messiah who would have already come and given us the blueprint of the empire. So my family, when you hear me say family, I really mean family. You understand? We would have studied this for the several decades that we've been around here in this flesh, and we understand how the earth is running. So we know that we have a future before us, and we got to work together to get there. Education is a very important aspect of moving forward. And even the program tonight, we're going to be talking about education, but we're going to be talking about Black education. And I'm going to read to you a document that many of you have never heard of. And we're going to see exactly where, the whole origin of suppressing us as a people came from. Yeah, this is serious, eh? But let me just remind you, family, as we said previous evening, we are having a special offer. You can get both the full international homeschool program. Maybe you didn't hear this. You can get the full international homeschool program. Listen to this, plus the ancient astronomy course. Both of these programs, you can get both of them tonight, previous night, and you still have up until tomorrow, the 5th of June, midday, for only $250. Now, let me tell you, I definitely give thanks and enough respect to those of you who would have taken advantage already of this offer that we are giving you. Previous evening, if you took it last night, as they call it, you would have received books and documentaries and webinars and all sorts of different passes to different events that are coming up. But give thanks again for those who are still taking the initiative, those who will take the initiative this evening, because I must explain properly to my family again for those who may not have been with us previous night and do not comprehend what I'm talking about. Now, we have an international homeschool program, which is divided into 3 different parts. You have African history and heritage and astronomy. Now, that's one section by itself. And those who enroll into that section, the program is delivered to them each and every day, school day. Now, this is a year-long program, at least an academic year, which is approximately 10 to 11 months. You comprehend. And of course, there are many things that come with the program itself. Now, that is the ancient African history and the astronomy program. Then you have the biology program. That's a program by itself. Same way as the ancient African history and astronomy program. It is delivered to you the same way, same time frame, even the cost is the same. These are two specific programs. Both of them are they go for at the price of $199. That's for the full year, not per month, not per month, not per month. I mean, there are people that are into homeschooling and into online courses. And after previewing what we have to offer, so how much do you charge for this? The course is $199. Not bad. A month? No, for the year. Are you serious? That's why I'm trying to show you, family, you must understand. And you have been privy to the courses. You know exactly what the courses are all about. It's not as if you're there guessing, It's not as if you're saying, I wonder what's behind door number 2, I wonder what's behind curtain number 1. Even previous night when we had the program, we were showing you different clips from the early childhood education program. And now the early childhood education program, that's the third aspect of the international homeschool program. And that is just for the whole year's program is just about $100 for the whole year, the whole year. And this program has been designed to impact the young mind. And it's extremely effective. Worth much, 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 much more than the value that we put on it. $110, $20 a month. I'm telling you, but hear this now. Now, the full package, when you put that package together, the total package comes to $297. That's not the offer that we were speaking of previous night. $297 for the full package. The three aspects of the international homeschool program. Obviously, when you take everything, you get a better deal. I mean, you could get the African history and the astronomy, they come together alone if you desire. You could get the biology alone if you desire. You could get the early child education program alone if you desire. It is up to you. But if you combine them, the year program, it is for a price of only $297. And again, that is obviously a serious discount, if you want to say, from what the price would be if you add them all together. And already the price is extremely great. Plus to add them together and still bring it down, great. Now hear this. This is the offer. When you combine now both the ancient astronomy course, which is a course by itself, and the international homeschool program, which is what I just explained, when you put them together, you can get both of them for only $250. Now, this is a lot. This is a heap of material you're getting here, a heap of information. I mean, knowledge can't done. Let's put it that way. And you may be saying, so how is it when you combine both courses, the price goes down? That's not good maths, Ras. No, the price, no. The price doesn't really go down. This is a special offer for tonight only. Tomorrow at midday, this offer comes to an end. I mean, you could still come and get the ancient astronomy course. I think it's for about $199 as well. And you can get the full international homeschool program, which is approximately $300. That's a value of $500. Nothing wrong. Believe me, that is more than worth it. That is super, I mean, what you're getting is beyond the $500 by far. But tonight, you can get it for $250. Previous night or last night, you could have gotten it for $250 as well if you were around or if you took the opportunity. Oh man, I wouldn't be able to take that until tomorrow. It's all right. You have until 12 midday, and that's when it officially comes to an end. But I mean, even if you pass 12 midday, even if it's the next day, still send me an email and we will have a discussion about it. You don't have to worry. Your child, your little ones, your babies, if you can't do it for you, do it for them. Whether they get a certificate or not, which they will, that's not the main thing. We ain't training nobody to go get no job here. We're training you to know. So whether it's on paper or not, it's in your head. You can't forget. Because when you were a toddler, it was placed in your brain. The name of the stars. You understand? How the igneous rock was formed, the water cycle, the different aspects of the heart. You're learning that at the age of 2, 3, and 4. So when you really start to do biology, wherever you may be doing it, you surpass that already. From a baby, before you could say mama and dada, you already understood photosynthesis. That's how we design. I don't know, the system is designed in a way that as if, you're too young to get that information. And we will show you exactly where that comes from right now. Yeah, that's the program tonight. The Tiger's Nest. Before we go any further, share the link, family. Let someone know that you are listening to Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. Priest Isaac Institute.com. That is the home of this radio station, and we're having a grand time, this evening, this hour, directly dealing with the education of the Black man and the Black woman. Okay, I'm going to show you where we are going with this one this evening. But again, I'm encouraging everyone to visit the website, priestisaacinstitute.com, and definitely you could take advantage of the offer. And let me just highlight this as well. The summer solstice, pardon me, extravaganza. The summer solstice extravaganza. Now, first of all, let me ask, how many of you will be there? How many of you are coming to Antigua? Who will be there with us? Well, give thanks for those who already would have, secured their space. But those of you who are not coming, listen to me good. Those of you who are not coming, hear this. You can still join us virtually. Yeah, so you don't have to leave your home. You don't have to go anywhere. You can stay right there in your lazy boy seat, your couch, your cushion, whatever it is, and put on your big screen, your tablet, your laptop, your little phone, and you can climb up Green Castle Hill with us for our morning hike, the Friday morning hike, and also our evening hike. I'm talking for the summer solstice, and I'm definitely looking forward to each and every one of you being with us. So if you're not coming forward to visit us here in the Caribbean, or if you're already in the Caribbean and you're not flying over, because every one of you who are listening in Antigua, I know you will be there. I'm sure you will be there. You will be there for the sunrise hike. And those of you who may be going to work, I am positive you'll be there for the sunset hike. Every time we do the sunset hike, it's always a spectacular event with the Nyabingi drumming and the chanting, and of course the different guest speakers that come on the hike with us. So this year it's not going to be any different, family. Make sure you get your family together, as I said, so you can sit around the big screen television. That's the best thing to get. One of those smart TVs. That's the best thing to get. Come on. You're gonna be coming into the portal. You're gonna be climbing up Green Castle Hill. You'll be seeing the megaliths that align with the stars. So you should be getting the best view. And I'm encouraging you, family, visit the website, and you could definitely purchase your e-ticket for the virtual aspect of our summer solstice double hike. It's only $30 for the hike, eh? Only $30 for the hike. I know if you're coming here, I think the most expensive thing, if you're coming here is actually a plane ticket, to be honest, really, But don't worry, we'll have some jets in the air soon and give you some good prices at the same time. But for sure, your e-ticket is only $30, depending on which hike you take. And if you take both hikes, you get a $10 discount. And of course, that will be only $50, and it will be almost as good as being there. Almost, obviously. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Did I remind you that we are on Spotify? I'm talking about the Tiger's Nest specifically, Spotify. So all of you who are listening to Spotify, make sure you check out the podcast, The Tiger's Nest, and see exactly what is taking place there. Very, very good. Now, let me ask you a question now. I like to ask questions. In fact, we're going to be talking about the Negro question. How many of you know about the Negro question? This is going to get serious now. How many of you know about the Mohonk Conference? In fact, you have the first Mohonk Conference, and then you have after that, the year after, the second Mohonk Conference. What say you? You can tell this took place at Lake Mohonk. This is in New York. The third, fourth, like today is the fourth, the third, fourth, and the fifth day of June, and we're talking about 1891. Let me read this here for you before we get into the actual manuscript itself and see exactly what it was all about. Okay. The Negro question. Okay, before I begin, make sure you share the link, family. Make sure you share the link, like the program, do all the things so that you can boost it and so that you can encourage others to share in the good news. Let's not be selfish here. I mean, imagine if I was selfish. You'd be wondering what to listen to. Imagine if I was selfish. There would be no radio. If I was selfish, there would be nothing. No, you wouldn't even have no idea what it is in my mind. But because I want to share the good news that I would have received, I think we can do the same as well. If you think it's a good word, if you think it's a good sound, well, don't worry. You don't have to do nothing hard. I mean, you don't even have to donate anything. Just share. Press that button there. Those of you who are seeing the live on radio and on TV, the thumbs up, and more people will get the word that, hey, the Tiger's Nest is in full effect. Very good. The Negro Question Conference took place at Lake Mohonk, not Mohawk, Mohonk, June 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 1891. So, if you have your pen and your pad, very good. I used to do a program a long time ago called, believe it or not, The Lion's Den. And I always would say, this is in Dominica, Kyrie FM. It was a morning program, 15 minutes. I mean, man, I would wake you up and shake you up. And I would have a phrase where I would say, if you do not have your pad and your pen, well, you are not ready for the lion's den. Yeah, so make sure you have your pad and your pen here. So yes, 1891, interesting year, Empress Menen, 1891, good. This conference was one of two held at Lake Mohonk, dealing with the situation of the African American population. No, they were not African American at the time. Population and the means through which improvement in that situation could be improved. The first conference took place in 1890. Attendees included statesmen, prominent leaders in education and the ministry. I want us to gather this good. The first conference took place in 1890. Attendees included statesmen, prominent leaders in education, not in sports, in education and the ministry. All right. Now, preface, this would come directly from the manuscript. The book itself, I have it here, but let's read it from here first, and then we'll delve deeper into the book. So the preface, pardon me, states, the second Mohonk Conference on the Negro question was held by invitation of Mr. A.K. Smiley. Yeah, what's funny? At Lake Mohonk, Ulster County, New York, in June, today, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 1891. There was a good attendance from various parts of the country. Hey, the thing was packed, and much interest was manifested. The report herewith presented contains the papers which were read and abstracts of all discussions. The desirability, oh, pardon me, the confuser dropped there. The desirability of making the report as compact as possible has led to the condensation of many speeches, but no important facts or points have been omitted. Now, as I said, this is really coming out of the conference, and it has like 100 and something pages. And what I would like to do here is basically to highlight certain aspects of the conference itself, and then we will, reason on it. Now, first of all, this is, let's see, where are we? This is page 50 of a 127-page document, and I think that has to do with from cover to cover. But the meat of the matter is about 109, 110 pages, I think, leaving out all the credits and that kind of stuff, glossary, etc., index, and so forth. Now, this is the third session, Thursday morning, June the 4th. All right. The conference was held, called to order, pardon me, at 10 a.m. by President Hayes. The order for the morning was reports from the field. Now, before I get into this, when you go through this book, this manuscript, what you have here, as the preface said, you have delegates now, attendees, you have diplomats and politicians, and important people in the field of the church, the ministry, and in the field of education. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about the Negro question, which is really considered the Negro problem. It was referred to as the Negro problem in other parts of the book. But, I mean, we're not here to read the book tonight. So we're just giving you, we are reading the book now, but we're not here to read off the book. Let me put it that way. But we're reading certain aspects, so you could check it out for yourself, do your own research for sure. The first speaker was President L.M. Dunton of Calflin University, Orangeburg, SC, that must be South Carolina. President Dunton spoke of the industrial work in Southern education, in which work he had 18 years experience. He exhibited a most interesting series of samples of work done by the students of Calflin University. Carl Flynn University is under the auspices of the Methodist Episcopal Church. It is, pardon me, situated in Orangeburg, SC, South Carolina, and has 964 students. All right, so he is the president of that university. The literary department has a 13 years course. In the industrial department, 20 trades are taught. I want us to listen, eh? Please follow what I'm saying. There's a reason why I have to go through all of this. The exhibit was a proof of the ability of the Negro, that's Black people, African American, in this direction. In the past, said President Dunton, the Negro has been a laborer. Okay, fair enough. And before I continue, let's go there. I want you to get the atmosphere of this book. And it's not a book like a book, it's basically a report of, again, for those who may be just coming in, a conference that was held in 1891. This one is 1891. A previous one was in 1890. And it was dealing directly with the Negro question, also referred to as the Negro problem. I want you to listen to this. What is the problem of the Negro? The Negro was a slave. The Negro was pure chattel. Somehow the Negro came and helped the North to fight a war they called the Civil War. And the Negro got got some benefits. And Lincoln came and he told the Negroes, well, give thanks, you can go now. Back to Africa? No, stick around. So now we have the Negro problem. We have to keep in mind, we do not understand the history of the same Negroes, even in that same United States of America. We hear a lot about Black Wall Street. Well, maybe not a lot, but we hear about Black Wall Street. I'm sure you all know Black Wall Street. You know, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they burnt down 1921, you know, a thriving city of Blacks who were holding their own as such. You see, the thing is, Tulsa, Oklahoma was really on the front line, but there were many Black Wall Streets, and they destroyed all of them in the economic war. You must understand the Negro. Listen to me, family. The Negro has a place. The Black people, you do have a place in America. Yes, you do. We have a place in America, and we better know our place as well. You get it. So you have a place, and look, the place over there. So the place has a boundary, it has a condition. That's your place. That's what these fellas were speaking about when they gathered in 1891 to speak about our place in their society. I mean, it's right here. It's right here. Let me show you. Again, let's continue. According to President Dunton, president of Carl Flynn University. Yes, give that. In the industrial department, 20 trades are taught. The exhibit was a proof of the ability of the Negro in this direction. In the past, said President Dunton, the Negro has been a laborer. For years to come, he must be a laborer. A few, of course, will be educated and will enter the ministry, the law, and the medical profession. But the vast majority must labor with their hands. And you may say, why the passion? And I may say, you actually asked that question? 1891, man. And the decision is already made here because you see, you just came out of captivity and we need to know what we're going to do with you for generations to come. That's why you think you are out here having a grand old time. Yes, I have a house. And I'm almost finished with paying the mortgage, the morgue age. This is the age of the dead, eh? The morgue age on the house. Morgue. A house is a grave, yo. It's a casket. That's why it's built like that. At least these type of houses, you know, the shoe boxes that we live in. That's what Rasta used to call them. Yeah. That's why we build the roundhouse. The morgue age. I've gone to different realms now. The morgue age. That's why you're in debt. It's spelled debt, but you say debt. You're in debt with your morgue age on your house. All of that is planned. So your house and your picket fence and get a loan. Everybody around here gets a loan to build a house. What kind of slavery is that? I live in a society where you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, so you can save enough money to go back to the bank and get a loan to build a house and pay back to the bank, and you would be considered to have succeeded in life. I am telling you, wow. This is why we are not interested in business. I see that for sure. Like, you can't tell me that. If it's one thing I realize with my people, we don't have no interest in children. I know sometimes I sound hard, but I gotta tell it as it is. I refer to you as family. Eh? So I don't know how family talk to family. We have no interest in children, and we have no interest in business. And as the saying goes, when you fling a stone in a pack of dogs, the one that get hit ball out. So whoever balling, well, and who not balling, obviously I wasn't speaking to you. But there are those of us, we care not. Because we've been grafted into a system that has been prepared for us. Yeah. For years, the Negro has been a laborer. For years to come, he must be a laborer. A few, of course, will go to university and graduate with their degrees. And listen, I'm adding that. And listen, they have overflooded that now to the point that that does not have, having a degree does not have the same weight as it did 50 years ago. You know that. For anybody, black, white, whoever, it's a different world now. You know, everyone is rushing for the goal. A few Negroes, of course, will be educated and will enter the ministry. You see that? Here it is now. Here it is. And this is why Reverend Chickenback has always been a problem for the black man. A little sweet talking and little preaching and yeah, have you wrapped around his little fingers because he's working for the bigger boss. A few, of course, will be educated. That's what it's all about. Up to today, that's what the education system is about. That's what the universities are about. That's what the so-called institutes of higher learning is about. That's why most of them come out as Freemasons. That's why we need to have your sororities and your flats and your alphas and your lamp and all kind of things, preparing you for the bigger, deeper Illuminati world. These people are good at this, eh? Graduated robots. You get out of their business alive, you're good. Yeah. A few, of course, will be educated and will enter the ministry, the law, and the medical profession. Believe me, you know that. You know that. It may not be as heavy now as it was when I was younger, but I mean, a lawyer or a doctor was the way to go. Anything less is uncivilized. You know that. But the vast majority, the vast majority, not most of them, but the vast majority must labor with their hands. And it's so up to 2020 and today. It is therefore very important to give them this manual training. I'm telling you. Yeah. Give them this manual training and give them the manual too. That's why television is invented. That's why the school system was prepared, obviously, and the black ministry, obviously. And here we are in 2024. We love to give some praises to the black church. Well, the black church carried us through. And they know how to work on us, eh? They know how to work on us. Yeah, the black church sheltered us. And yeah, yeah. Martin Luther King. Yeah. All a part of the plot, eh? You know we love the brother, but all a part of the plot. Yeah. And you know the brother, I mean, he's one of my favorites. I've gone into his heart, eh? I've seen his heart. But the heart and the intention and the brain, different vibes. But anyway, I don't want to go there right now. That's going to hold back because then I would have to explain so many things just to get myself clear. But on the document in front of us, it is therefore very important to give them this manual training. We are very enthusiastic about this. And we do not allow any young woman to graduate until she can measure, cut, fit, and make a dress and make it in style. They also learn cooking and artistic needlework. The young men are required to learn the principles of different trades and to learn one trade thoroughly. Now, you may be saying, but come on, man, priest, that's good stuff there. They're using their chattel to build their empire. That is why you are to learn one trade thoroughly. What kind of thing is that? That's how they handicap most of them. So you're a jack of all trade. You ever hear that phrase, jack of all trade, the master of none? So yeah, they learn different types of trade, but they gotta learn one thoroughly. No, don't get me wrong. I know we live in a world where you master something, but that master something concept is seriously overplayed to the point that we cripple ourselves with this mastering the one thing. I don't know if you get me. Yeah. So then you go to the school. This is all the school system. You reach to a certain form, they're telling you you have to choose between biology and geography. Why? What's wrong with that? They have marine, no, that they have marine biology. I think if I am a marine biologist, I should know geography. But anyway, so they have you choosing because, well, they're incompatible and that's what they think. So you have to make a choice because they are funneling you now down the funnel to be this one thing, whatever this one thing is. Not just a doctor. Then now you are a specific type of doctor. What are they, Give me some doctor, one of them. An eye doctor. Yeah. So you're funneled down to this specific thing as if that goes out of style. You don't know what else to do. Learn a trade, learn many trades, be a master of many things. If a person somehow settles down in something they really desire, there's nothing really wrong with that. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a system that's designed to make sure you do one thing. That's the point, even if a multi-genius has been born. Imagine Imhotep here, builder of pyramids, the father of medicine, this, that, and the third, and you say, no, 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 no. You hold the nail like this, and you hit it good. You just do that and you'll be fine. That's why you always hear the story of Malcolm X. When Malcolm X teacher asked him, Malcolm, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Malcolm said he wanted to be, I think was a doctor or something like that, one of them big things there. And the teacher said, oh, no, no, Malcolm, you should be a carpenter. Yeah, hit the nail properly, Very good. So it goes on to say here, we require trades learning thoroughly. We require a certificate from someone in their industrial departments that they have accomplished the required work before they can graduate from the institution. During the vacations, these young men and women work at these trades that they have learned at the institution. We have boys now earning $1.50 a day at house painting, others earning $2 a day laying brick or carpentry. I'm telling you, in our blacksmith department, they make all the tools they use. They even make their own razors. This industrial feature has been an inspiration for the literary department. Last year, our students made a better record than ever before, and I attribute it to the help that has come in this way. All the work is done according to the mathematical calculations, and that has given a spur to the study of mathematics. Now, okay, so this goes in. Let me just jump quickly to Miss Martha Schofield. She says here she's of Akin, South Carolina, who has been teaching 26 years in the South. She was called upon, and she says the Negro needs to be taught that he is made in the image of God. I said I wanted to highlight this. Listen to this. He may learn to understand the responsibilities of life, the responsibilities of parentage. He needs to know that there is nothing so sacred as the office of bringing into the world, let me just skip the page here, immortal souls. He needs to learn that he is to trust the divine light within him, that is the silent voice of God, may say to him, acknowledge me in all my ways, and I will direct thy paths. Now, this is very important because now this may sound like good teachings to some of us. Remember, I would have read this. This may sound like good teachings to some of us, but when they say, and this is why language is very confusing, and that's why there's those of us who are strict with our words. Because you may say the Lord is good, and somebody else say the Lord is good. But the Lord you're talking about is not the Lord they're talking about. In fact, if they know the Lord you're talking about, they would cuss you out. But some of us, we shield and disguise our true belief under the Lord, under God. Yeah, in conversation, so no one gets offended. You know that. Come on, don't try to fool me. You know that. Oh, yeah, praise the Lord. Yes, praise the Lord too. Oh, good son. Yes, yes. All praises to Haile Selassie. What? Haile Selassie? You crazy? You giving a man, you see? But that's the Lord you were talking about. The point is, when you hear this lady here talking about, he must know that God dwells in him and he must listen to the voice of God. When you hear her say God, you know she's literally trying to wipe out African spirituality. You must understand, not because she's saying God. You see, that's the thing now. So we get real soft today. Anybody that come, God and the Lord. So because it's supposedly a concept of morality, we lose our defense right away because we've been trained for that. So that is why black people, they went into the black church and we consider that as a fortress of defense for us. The black preacher, he was like the paragon of virtue for us. You know, he was the representative of God for us, but in reality, he may have been a good fella. But in reality, you would see right here that this whole structure was created for us. You understand? So you see, let me tell you, this is what you call well, smoke and mirrors, but I mean wolf in sheep clothing business, man. You see that church stuff? Yeah. And I realize even up to today, we fall prey to that. We humble ourselves to the devil in pretty clothes. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we humble ourselves to the devil in pretty clothes. Because even as I'm reading this, it may sound like something noble. How she's saying, well, we need to take the Negro and let them understand who God is. And let us bring them into the church. This is the same church. This is the same God that when they had the black people in the dungeons in Sierra Leone, when they had the black people in the dungeons in Ghana, upstairs, they were having that same church and they were praising that same God. And the people underneath in the dungeon did not have a chance of nearly going in that church. In fact, even when they were shipped across the Atlantic Ocean, the church had nothing to do with them. The same God that they want to speak to him never spoke to them and told them, hey, go and give the niggas a break. No, they whipped them, they beat them, they hung them, they killed them, and they worked them to death. And now they free them up. And we have a Negro question, which is a Negro problem. What are we going to do with the Negro? Get all the heads of education here. You hear who they call? Book and pencil. Get all the heads of the ministries here. You hear who they call? Belief in a God, belief in a higher self. 1891. Well, tell you what, 1892, the 23rd day of July, the problem was solved. The problem was solved. That is why you have someone like even me talking today about this, because the problem was solved. If 1892, the 23rd of July, didn't come and bust the seals, I wouldn't be here saying nothing about this. These demons here would be having a heyday. In fact, remember that the King of Kings presence solved a lot of problems for many people. In fact, even the wicked white world would have been roasted like a shellfish if the King of Kings didn't come and even save them from their own destruction. Yeah, they got a good blow, but they could have been totally annihilated without the same King of Kings, the savior of us all. Yeah, you see. That is why Rastafari rise. That is why black consciousness rise. Yeah, Marcus Garvey came and rise us, but Marcus Garvey rise us for the king. You understand? That's why black theology and black philosophy rise up. You know, we're talking about international homeschool programs. Even in the other nations, they're talking about homeschool program. In fact, Europeans are bigger into homeschooling their children than black people. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you remember me in it, man. Remember me there. You understand? Because people are realizing that this Rockefeller crippling education system has been designed to enslave people. Yeah, black people. But enslave people. Listen, you have to keep in mind, whatever color your skin is, when you become morally conscious and you start to go against the grain, you just as black as the other Negroes. I'm positive of that. Yeah. So even if you don't come that far and you start to pretend you're John F. Kennedy around here, bow, take him out. Yeah. And his little brother there, the other one, pow, take him out, or his cousin or whatever it was. Yeah. That's why the rest of the Kennedys just humble themselves. Look at the other Kennedy there that was running for president. I think they push him aside, talking about they found some worm in his brain. How the worm get in his brain? So I digress. And I don't want to digress no more. Those are programs for themselves. Those are programs for themselves. Family, you go through this document, you see, obviously, there are many speakers here from the South too. So, you know, some of them ain't got no love at all for no Negroes here. Some of them clearly tell you the Negroes are lazy. Right in the same manuscript here. Worth nothing. Thank God that we would have developed this program to educate them. You clearly see they already highlight only a few of them. We're going to make pass. And that's up to today, up to today. Even if you got black billionaires, lucky them, I'm telling you. Yeah, because they know who they make pass. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating no one. In fact, if you know me well, I applaud our people when they're successful. But that don't make me, I mean, come on, man. It's not everybody that's in the spotlight on stage singing is the best singer. They have people that can sing better than them, but for whatever reason, they didn't make it on stage. Yeah. And they're still living in the basement of their mother's house. And they sing better than the billionaire now who has how many mansions and has how many record deals. Because someone, you know, and they can sing too. I'm not taking that away. They can sing. Yeah. But they're no better singer or dancer or anything that they do than the other person. But maybe the other person didn't want to bow. Maybe the other person didn't want to totally sell out. Sometimes you're half a sellout and that's not even good enough for the crocodiles. Maybe the other person, no offense to the crocodiles, maybe the other person just, you know, wanted to keep their integrity. You know, they didn't want to go sleep with this woman and that woman. They left their wife at home and they said, well, hey, listen, boss, you better go back to your studio back in the county and keep practicing because we ain't signing no record deal with you unless you change your image. And then all of a sudden, the sweet little girl that has gone bad on stage waving her fanny for the world, somehow she becomes a hero. A hero. So how do you expect the other little girls to take her? We ain't got no problem with her. Who you talking about? I ain't talking about no one, but I'm talking about everyone that you know I talking about. Come on, man. Let's just be real. I'm talking about the entertainment world. So you can pick all the girls in it that were nice young girls who have become now the hot divas of the world, shaking their fanny for everyone to see. And then they get an award. Some of them become national heroes. I ain't hating on no one. You know I love them more than you. I can tell you that for sure. But I'm not burning fire on them. I'm trying to show you where it all comes from. It's by design. It's not no mistake. 1890, 1891, the Mohawk Conference on the Negro Problem. Get the heads of education in the room. Get the heads of the church in the room, not black people. Oh. And we're going to spend 3 days here. Every day we go home to the hotel rooms and sleep and come back. That's how serious this is. And we have a report that we can read. Go and read it, family. Read it for yourself. And you can see how hated and despised the American Negro, I'm going to use my terms diplomatically here, how hated they were. But then, how much has this changed today? This is an official document, you know. Has this changed? Is it any different? No, it's the same thing. What you read here is what's going on. But you see, generations come, generations come, generations coming. And even the young ones I mean, that's why we have to teach them. That is why we have to do what we do. But the system is designed to, you know, even on these social medias and the internet, it's all rigged. It's all rigged. So the real word, they say, hey, how many views there? Cut that views down. No, no. This stuff is going too far. Come on, you know that. It's all rigged. No, don't lock him off. Don't lock him off. We don't have no time for a riot now. No, we can lock him up. These Negroes ain't no rioting Negroes. These Negroes are not. You're right, you're right. But still leave him. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm privy to their talk, their conversation. I know exactly what they're saying. Family, you have until the 12th. I keep saying that. You have until 12 midday tomorrow, the 5th of June, eh? This is the anniversary of that wicked conference that they had in 1890 and 1891. 1891, the second one, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Soon Juneteenth. Yeah. So yes, family, only $250, eh? You get both courses. Well, the program, you get the full international homeschool program. You just coming in, you get the full international homeschool program, Royal Family. Remember, got to remind you so you understand it. Remember the international homeschool program itself. Listen, this is extremely compact. Eh? You would have heard the testimonies not only from the children, you hear the testimonies from the parents. Or I should say, not only the parents, you hear the testimony from the children. Yeah, which is really where it counts, eh? Little babies testifying. Imagine your little baby's first word is testifying of, you know, how much they love the international homeschool program. So I'm trying to show you the international homeschool program is divided into three specific parts. Again, of course, you have the African history and astronomy. Of course, you have the biology. And of course, you have the early childhood education program. Both or three, the three programs specifically can be combined, or you can take just one. For example, the early childhood education program. Now that's only, well, it's $110. You know, $100, but it's 110. But just call that $100 and just throw 10 on it. Now just think of that. Let's just be real. Don't tell me that the Mohawk thing has worked so good that we are totally brain scrubbed that we don't understand for the price of some money that we may lose tomorrow, that we can get a whole year worth of these are short videos that will pile up, obviously, because you're getting them every day, or depending on the type of program you choose, you can access them on your own. And these videos, as you would have seen, are designed to catch the attention of the young child, are designed to teach them key words and key phrases that they will need as they grow. You understand? That's why it's an early childhood education program, and it gets them familiar with the world around them. So that's why we cover general knowledge on that program there. Whether we're speaking of the human anatomy, the ears, the eyes, whether we're speaking of the water cycle, whether we're speaking of the different types of animals. Of course, the Kiswahili is a big part of the early childhood education program. You comprehend what I'm saying, family? So at the same time, we are encouraging one, and that is just $110 for the year. $20 a month if it's up to you. And you can take that by itself without the rest. It's up to you. Or you can get the full package with the biology. You can get the full package with the ancient African history and astronomy, only $229 family, and that's for a year. So you seriously homeschooling your child. And as I would tell everyone, even if your children are in the school that was designed by the Mohawk people there, this is a supplement as well. This is not taken away from anything. But believe me, if your young ones are in the school system designed to keep them down for whatever reason they may be there, trust me, they need serious debriefing. And of course, some of these systems is going to make sure they give them too much work to take time away from their real life, even when they leave the walls of the school. This is a serious thing, eh? So that is why even the African history and heritage is important. That is why even the early childhood education program for the young ones, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7, is very, very important. Biology, get them mastering the anatomy early. Yeah, man, this is not a joke. I'm very, very passionate about my international homeschool program because I love children and I want to see Rastafari youth rise in this world. Black people get away from this wicked slave syndrome that is upon our mind, Rastafari. You understand? Yeah. And you see, we have to show appreciation. That's why it's not nothing we just throw into the world and giving away, man. Yeah, we have to show appreciation. Nothing comes just so. You have to give back the love for it to reciprocate properly and the love to flow. Very important. So this is why, again, only $297 for that package, and that's every day, all day, but for tonight and last night. And until tomorrow, 12 o'clock, you can get the ancient astronomy course, which is a course all by itself. Very good for the young, preteens and teens as well. The ancient astronomy course, I must say. And you couple that with the international homeschool program, only $250. And you can definitely get that tonight. You know how to contact us, email us, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. And of course, the website, priestIsaacInstitute.com, and get your young ones enrolled into the international homeschool program, because even if they're in school, they still will be our students. You know what I mean? They still will become our scholars. You get that? They're gonna know us by name. I want you to understand it's Uncle Priest Isaac they're gonna be calling me, so you can prepare yourself for that. Life, give them the keeper of life. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari, gave the radio and TV the whole Tiger's Nest this evening. But Royal Family, make sure you subscribe to the Tiger's Nest radio program, man. Yeah, what a joy it would be to see the full family come on board to the Tiger's Nest radio program and become a member of the family. There's so many things that is happening here behind the scenes. Yeah, in the Tiger's Nest zone. Give thanks for all of those who are on board. Royal Family, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And it takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Praise Father, let the earth hear his voice. Let the people rejoice. King Emmanuel the 7th. Doni I God. Jah.